Given the absolute barrage of big releases in the past 3 months, you'd think April would offer a slight lull. While true to an extent, there is still a number of games to look forward to, from the highly anticipated to the intriguing early access titles and indie games. Here are 15 titles worth checking out in April. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed for the Switch. As a remaster of the Nintendo Wii version, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed tells the story of Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller. Raised in secret by Darth Vader and serving as his apprentice, he embarks on missions to hunt down any rogue Jedi and kill anyone that gets in his way. While titles like Jedi Knight emphasized more grounded lightsaber combat, The Force Unleashed embraced hack-and-slash style combos and the power fantasy of hurling TIE fighters at enemies. While it's unknown if the Switch version will have motion controls or multiplayer duels like the Wii, it should be a fun way to revisit the franchise when it releases on April 20th. LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Of course, those who want to experience everything Star Wars related from a LEGO veneer, there's LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. It packs all 9 mainline films from the prequels and original trilogy to the new trilogy into one massive game with over 300 playable characters, 45 story missions, and tons of side content. Venture to Tatooine and engage in quizzes to find out who shot first, roam space and get into a dogfight with Star Destroyers, or enter free play mode and control whoever you like. It's out on April 1st for Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, PC, and the Nintendo Switch. The Serpent Rogue. The premise of Sinji Games' action-adventure is fairly straightforward. The Serpent Rogue is spreading its evil from Mount Morbus. Play as an alchemist known as the Warden and venture forth to defeat it. As you explore the dark fantasy world, you'll gather ingredients, craft potions, pursue quests, and even shapeshift to grow stronger. Be careful though, since certain actions have serious repercussions, like ghouls being attracted to unburied corpses. The Serpent Rogue releases on April 26th for Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The House of the Dead Remake. The 1997 arcade rail shooter is making a comeback, courtesy of Forever Entertainment. Along with remade visuals which give new life to the grotesque zombies of old, it also sports modern controls, local 2-player multiplayer, and multiple endings. A new game mode where players gun down hordes of the undead has also been added, along with photo mode, achievements, an armory with unlockable weapons, and a gallery to better inspect all of the enemies and bosses. The House of the Dead Remake launches on April 7th for the Nintendo Switch. 13 Sentinels: Aegis Rim for the Switch. Releasing on April 14th for the Nintendo Switch, VanillaWare's 13 Sentinels: Aegis Rim is part visual novel adventure and part real-time strategy with pause, teaming with mechanics, time travel, and much more. As the kaiju invade Tokyo, it's up to the 13 different characters piloting their sentinels to stop them. Of course, there's much more to the story than that, as players unravel multiple perspectives and piece them together into a cohesive whole. MotoGP 22. If you need a break from the Forzas and Gran Turismos of the world, then Milestone's MotoGP 22 may be worth a look. Releasing on April 21st, it offers 120 riders and more than 20 circuits. Delve into the 2009 Grand Prix in over 17 chapters with legendary riders like Valentino Rossi and Dani Pedrosa, or enter the Academy to undertake training and challenges. You can also create a team and manage everything from customizing the bikes to hiring staff, or engage in some split-screen racing. MotoGP 2 will be available for Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Hologram. For a relatively unknown developer like Enlighteneer, Hologram looks intriguing. Set in the future, you play as Woner, who must rely on the power of time manipulation to push back against the evil horde. Along with third-person shooting, there's mountain climbing, flying, which can be used to travel the length of the planets, and story-driven gameplay. Despite some scuffness, it should be interesting to see how the game is when it releases on April 26th for the PC. TIC-TAC 12 o'clock. Unfortunately, this game isn't about calmly playing tic-tac-toe at bright and sunny noon. Instead, you're exploring Bluebird Middle School, which has somehow become a hotspot for scary creatures and dark forces. Along with puzzle solving and checking your shelter, there are random events that will test your resolve. Survive enough nights and eventually you'll find out what's really going on. TIC-TAC 12 o'clock releases on April 29th for the PC. HoloMento. A curse has been wrought upon the land, caused by the strange book known as the HoloMento. As a traveler, you'll take the book and venture through Eventide Hollow, restoring the region to its former glory. Fight off a variety of enemies with weapons ranging from swords to grenade launchers, don't ask, and explore the world for secrets, relics, and other resources. Upgrade the Hollow for new stores and shops, but beware, dying means starting over as a new traveler, though you have multiple different classes to choose from. HoloMento enters Steam Early Access on April 22nd. MLB The Show 22. Sony San Diego's vaunted MLB The Show series returns, releasing for Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X and S, along with PS4 and PS5 on April 5th. Featuring Shohei Ohtani as its cover star, it also includes a dynamic stadium creator for current-gen platforms, online co-op, and a new commentary team with John Ciambi and Chris Singleton. This is in addition to the classic gameplay that fans know and love, along with cross-play, cross-saves, and cross-progression. CHERNOBYLITE for the Xbox Series X and S and PS5. If you're seeking the classic Stalker feel, then CHERNOBYLITE may be worth checking out. Set in the exclusion zone, you play as Igor and search desperately for a loved one. That's easier said than done though, with mutants, stalkers, and other foes prowling the area, not to mention the dangers of radiation. Recruit companions and assign tasks to them, build your base and craft weapons, and take a variety of approaches when playing through the story. The Xbox Series X and S and PS5 versions are out on April 7th and will include two graphics modes, 4K 30 frames per second and 1080 60 frames per second, along with ray tracing support. This is along with the Enhanced Edition PC, which is free for current owners. SLIPSTREAM. A retro-style arcade racer in the vein of Sega's Outrun series, Anstore's Slipstream features gorgeous sprite scaling and a pulsing soundtrack. It comes with 5 cars, 20 tracks, and 4 cups in Grand Prix mode, coupled with 5 additional modes like Time Trial, Battle Royale, Cannonball, and more, along with online leaderboards. Though currently available on PC, Slipstream launches on April 7th for Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. Chinatown Detective Agency. Pixel art and gorgeous character portraits coincide with cyber noir and shady streets in this point-and-click adventure from General Interactive Co., releasing on April 7th for Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. It focuses on new PI Amira Dharma, who travels across the globe to solve cases. Puzzles and a reliance on real-world trivia are necessary for success, reflecting its Carmen Sandiego inspirations, but there's a rich narrative to discover as well. Manage your resources accordingly, though, or bankruptcy will come calling. TERRORBANE. Metagaming is fairly niche, but it's produced some good games, from Icy to There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension. Bit9's TERRORBANE is the latest to join the pack, starting out as a fantasy RPG that quickly falls apart due to the developer. Venture through the world and seek out different bugs, oppose the developer at every turn, and exploit everything in the faulty code to progress. TERRORBANE is out on April 1st for Nintendo Switch and PC. Ed Zero Zombie Uprising. A zombie horde slayer from D3 publisher is hardly news, but Ed Zero Zombie Uprising takes a roguelike survival approach to the proceedings. Set in Edo-era Japan, hence the name, players choose from one of 3 characters, the samurai, sumo wrestler, and ninja, and embark on randomly generated runs. Launching into Steam Early Access on April 4th, Ed Zero will have 2 playable characters to start with, 3 main quests and bosses, along with 5 subquests, multiple difficulty options, and over 100 skills and items. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below, and if you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.